a Universal Credit vlog. Next month is October, and October is when the Universal Credit reduction for basic Universal Credit expires. Well, it expires in September, so the Universal Credit added £20 a week to Universal Credit payments back in whenever it was, a year and a half ago. But not now, in October, the Universal Credit claimants will go back to 320. Well, they go to it reduced from 409 to 324. Right? And most people can't tap on 409 basic Universal Credit. But the problem is, it's not 409 now. It's 409 less an attachment to earnings deduction if you have one. If you borrow, this is it. If you borrow, let's say you're on Universal Credit Day. Yeah, you got 5 weeks. You got an assessment period of 4 weeks, yeah? And then which will end. The assessment period ends a week before you get your unemployment benefit, pretty much. About 7 days before you get your unemployment benefit is when your assessment period ends. Then you get a week, then you get paid your benefit. But when you first claim Universal Credit, or the date you claim you do Universal Credit, most people will not be able to get through the first 5 weeks. So what they will do is they will take out an advance, which is available to them. You get the option to have the advance, but the problem is that if you have an advance, that advance will be deducted every week. So every Universal, depending on how much you borrow of the advance, I think you get about 300 quid you can borrow, but you've got to pay that 300 quid back. So let's just say that's 300 quid times, it could be 330, whatever it is, whatever because obviously it's reduced now, it will change, the figure will change to what you can borrow in your advance. Let's just say it's 360 for a nice easy round figure, right? 360. It's less than that, right? Let's say it's 300 quid, right? 300 quid. You're going to be paying less than, you can pay about 28 quid, 29 quid, whatever it is, right? Per month off of your 409. So straight away, if you've actually borrowed your advance on Universal Credit, you will not see 409. You will see 409 minus a monthly deduction. Every time you get Universal Credit, you'll get a deduction of about 30 quid, approximately, based on whatever you borrow, which will fluctuate depending on how much you borrow and how many months you want to pay that back over. So that could be any number you like, yeah. But then, so straight away you're going to be on 409. You're going to be on 380. That's currently. Then you're going to have your attachment to earnings if you've got one. If you have an attachment to earnings or a DEA payment when you're working, when you're unemployed, that will still come off the 409. So that you'll have your advance loan deduction plus your DEA payment or your attachment to earnings payment. That will come off that will be about 20, 30, 40 quid. Yeah. Plus the 30 quid, that's 70 quid off of that, which is, what's that, 300. So even on 409, there's some people on basic Universal Credit on 340 odd. Right? And now they're going to reduce that, the 409, down to 324. And on the 324, there'll be people that will have actually borrowed an advance on 409, and they will still have a DEA payment or a DEA payment or attachment to earnings on their wages when they was working. That will come off as well as the advance loan payment. So you're probably still going to be paying 70 quid deducted off of 324, which means you're going to be on 254 quid. Yeah? Approx, yeah, a month, yeah, after your bills are paid, your accommodation paid. But you've still got the food, don't you? There's a narrowboat, there's a person recently done working out food costs, don't you? And they worked out 65 quid a week, food, yeah. Straight away, if you're on 324 minus your deduction, your advance loan deduction, minus your attachment to earnings, 250, 355, right? Yeah, ish, 260, even 260, right? Yeah, 65 quid times 4.3 is more than you'll receive. So basically, you won't be able to pay 65 quid a week shopping for yourself, which could be anything. Yeah. Because 65 twice is 130, times 2 is 260. Right? So if you're on if you get left with 260 from 324, how are you going to pay your phone payment, which you'll need to have access to the internet to be able to access your Universal Credit Journal? You can't, can you? So what you can do, so you're either going to pay your food and not have internet for a month, or phone for a month, or people will actually pay their phone for a month, 20, 30, 40 quid, whatever it is, and not have food. And then they're going to go to the food bank. Right? And that's just food and phone, not including any other bills you may have. Up if you smoke. Got no chance here. It's what happens if you like a pint? Not even that. What can you do? Because you can't go anywhere. Because you can't afford to go anywhere. Because you're on 260 a month. You're on 260 a month after your deductions from 324. You can't go anywhere, can you? You can't afford to go anywhere, can you? Then what happens if you've got a Universal Credit appointment that you've got to get to? Because they're starting to do that now, where you have to go back to the job centre. Go back prehistoric back to the job centre, even though it can be done on the phone. Because they know who you are, you know they are. But no, you've got to go in there. There's no need for offices. We've gone past that. We got past that with Zoom, or FaceTime, or whatever you want to call it. We're past all that, but no, we've got to. So then you've got to actually find money to get a bus or whatever, to the job centre. Yeah. But you can't. You've got 260. You got no money for. You got no money for phone. You got no money for bus. Yeah. But you need your phone because obviously you've got a TV payment. But I just still watch TV. Although to be fair, I can't understand why people still watch TV. But that's me. I haven't watched TV for donkey's years. Don't own TV. But that's where people are going to get their October 2021, when people start getting reduced from 409 to 324, will be the start of proper universal credit, proper chaos for claimants who just can't do it, who can't manage on £260 a month after your bills are paid. There will be, and people think I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, there'll be no YouTube videos about universal credit for people in proper dire financial straits. If I'm right, it'd be full of people in proper destitute. Universal credit people should vlog and have a Patreon account and your PayPal on YouTube, just so that if someone wants to donate a couple of quid, get you out of a pickle, they can do so. You make vlogs about your situation, and they just help you out by even like super chat. Some people are popular and trendy. I'm not popular or trendy, but there's some people that will be, and they make a few vlogs and they get a few thousand subscribers. Straight away they'll be able to get ad dollars off that. And Patreon and YouTube do what FanLife do: reduce the costs, get ad dollars from YouTube. They get Patreon, which people pay monthly, about 2 or 3 quid a month or whatever it is, from Patreon members, and YouTube channel supporters via the join button on YouTube, and then and PayPal, where people can just actually say, get you out of the pickle. Because if you wait for universal credit to get you out of the pickle, unless your situation requires 320 quid or whatever it is, if your situation is more than 320 quid, you've got no chance with universal credit, absolutely no chance at all. And we're going to go back to this October. this October 2021 is going to probably be as bad as people on youth training schemes back in the day getting paid 25 quid a week when the CSA first came out, having to pay both. No, yeah, some people will have had a youth training scheme, CSA and poll tax. Couldn't cope, right? Not enough money and so much being taken. People were in proper dire pickles, which is why the poll tax for scrap was a complete waste of time and